When theaters all over the world started to close down, it derailed some seriously high-budget movies and their plans. Suddenly, some of the biggest movies of the year had to decide if they would push back the release of their movies, release it for rental, or make another plan to get their movies out to the public. The Tomorrow War was one of these movies. After finishing filming on the film in the beginning of 2020, we're finally at the point where we will get to see it very soon. But this isn't your normal run-of-the-mill sci-fi movie. Let's find out why. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoy this video, then subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. That way, you'll never miss a thing. It is a movie with a lot of heart. In a normal science fiction movie, the story is based on depictions that are not fully supported by mainstream science. In that instance, The Tomorrow War is very much a science fiction film. They're dealing with themes like time traveling and alien invasions, so it's definitely not your run-of-the-mill normal action movie. But at the same time, it seems to be so much more than a normal typical sci-fi. This is a movie that has a lot of heart. Many times, sci-fi movies do explore issues that humans face, but more often than not, it can feel like the storyline is more of a support for the action and the adventure, more than the other way around. But that's when The Tomorrow War is very different from the other sci-fi movies. It's a film that is more based on emotions, with the action supporting those emotions. It follows the main character, Dan Forrester, who is played by Chris Pratt, while he saves the world in order to save his daughter. His own family is his main goal, not to become a hero or someone who is famous for saving others. He's joining the fight just in order to keep his family safe. Everything he does is for his family, and the action that takes place is there to support this goal. Then there is the added layer that he needs to confront his past in order to save the future for his family and the rest of the world. His past comes calling in the form of his estranged father that he needs to partner up with to ensure the safety of humankind. The reunion might be a little bit awkward and difficult, but that is what's going to make the movie as emotionally packed as it is. So, what's it all about? As I already mentioned, Chris Pratt is playing Dan Forrester, who is a high school teacher and a military veteran who has a wife and a daughter. They are watching a soccer game together when soldiers from the future come to recruit humans for a war in the future, or you could say to recruit them for the war of tomorrow. These recruiters say that humanity will be wiped out if people aren't willing to fight. It seems like they take one person from each family because Dan's wife asks him why he can't be exempt since he is already a military vet, but he explains that he can't do that because then they will take her instead. But his military training might just be a great advantage, since the trailer also reveals that over 70% of soldiers that travel to this war in the future never make it back. And they also say that in 11 months, all humans of the future will be wiped from the face of the earth. So it's safe to say that things are looking pretty grim for humanity. Not everyone is soldiers. Added to everyone's dilemma is that not everyone who is traveling to the future is people who have any experience in fighting wars. Dan does have the experience in Army Special Forces, but most of the guys that he's fighting with don't seem to have any. The trailer doesn't explain why they aren't just using all of these special forces that are available in the present and just take them to fight. It might just be because there aren't enough of them to win, or it might even be that all of those options have already been wiped out. But either way, this doesn't leave loads of options for heroes to come from among the ranks, so it's pretty obvious that Dan's going to have to step up and take the lead. His family and all of humankind's lives are on the line. Not that there's any pressure or anything. Loads of action. This is a sci-fi movie, but it does feel a lot like a normal action movie as well. Yes, there is a lot of time travel and even an alien invasion, but the action is another big driving force for this movie. While he goes into the action and into the fight, Dan is also trying to stop the fate of the planet through other means. He teams up not only with his father, but also with a brilliant scientist called Vicky Winslow to try to outsmart the aliens in a different way. There's also more action than comedy. It is directed by Chris McKay, who has worked with Philip Lord and Chris Miller many times in the past, but most projects of Lord and Miller have major moments of comic relief, inclining them more to be action comedy movies than strictly action. And Chris Pratt also tends to play in movies that have major action sequences, but that are heavily influenced with its comedic moments. But it seems like this won't be the case for The Tomorrow War. This is a film that seems to have only a few moments of comic relief. It's a more serious movie that tends more to the drama side than to comedy. It does seem to have a good mix of genres that will keep fans entertained though. It should also give the movie a good balance and loads of layers that many normal sci-fi movies lack. New favorite movie. Chris Pratt seems to be very excited about the fact that people will finally get to see this movie that he finished shooting more than a year ago. He has said that the film will leave some seriously strong impressions on the viewers, and he has seemed very enthusiastic about the movie. He recently went even farther, making a seriously bold prediction about the movie. In an Instagram post, he made a promise to his fans. He said that The Tomorrow War is going to be your new favorite movie. That's a massive goal, so I hope the movie can really back it up. But he wasn't the only one in his family that was hyped for the movie on social media. His wife, Catherine Schwarzenegger Pratt, has also posted about her husband's new movie. She said how excited she is for everyone to watch this new movie, and it seems like a lot of hard work and love has gone into the project. The promotion has been a bit of a family affair, but will watching it be the same? The rating. Most sci-fi movies have a bit of a higher rating to limit the ages of kids that can watch it, but this one is actually kind of low. It only has a rating of PG-13, so it is truly a movie that most of the family will be able to enjoy together. It has some violence, lots of action, and some suggestive references, so it won't entirely be appropriate for children that are younger. Where will we be able to see it? The movie was originally made to be released in theaters by Paramount Pictures, but because the theaters closed due to the global health situation, this plan was derailed. It seems like they pushed the release date for a little while at first, but then they decided to go another route. So they eventually made a deal with Amazon Studios that was worth a reported $200 million. It seems like a massive payday, but could it have done even better if it was released in theaters? We won't ever know, but the producers might be haunted by that question. Since theaters are opening back up in a lot of areas, releasing it might have been a viable option very soon, and it does look like it's made for a big screen. But that is water under the bridge, and it will now be released on Prime Video. Release date. It wrapped filming in January of 2020 and was set to release in December. Then it got pushed back to July of 2021, and later it was completely pulled from the schedule, and reports started making the rounds that Amazon Studios were in talks to acquire the movie. Now it is fully set to be released at last for Prime Video on the 2nd of July 2021. It took months longer than they expected, but the much-anticipated movie will at last be on screens everywhere, even if those screens are a little bit smaller than was anticipated. The cast. I think you know by now that the main character is called Dan Forrester, a former Delta Force operator who will be played by Chris Pratt, who might have a major part in saving the world through her smarts. She is played by Yvonne Strahovski. Yvonne has had many massive roles, but might be most well known for her roles in The Handmaid's Tale, Dexter, and Chuck. Dan's estranged father, who is coming to help save the day, is called Slade. They will have to put their differences aside to save the world. He's played by another incredible and familiar actor, J.K. Simmons, who is most well known for his roles in Law & Order, Oz, and The Closer, among many other roles. Dan's wife, who he asked to leave behind in the past, is played by Betty Gilpin, who is most known for her roles in Glow and Nurse Jackie. His fellow recruited soldier is played by Sam Richardson, who is known for Veep and Detroiters. This is a film that is packed with incredible actors and a great story. It should be a really entertaining film to watch. So, until next time, stay safe.